It don't matter. We like to chime in.
I'll be very, very brief. I'm not a big Tyler Perry fan at all, but I try to be balanced, at least in the critique. He did make, is it Daddy's Little Girls? Isn't that one of his films where he tried to portray more positive black male, and I think he had 3 daughters. I didn't see the movie, but I just know the background. Again, just reiterating, the problematic is that there seems to be Tyler Perry, Spike Lee, John Singleton, name some more. I'm thinking about F. Gary Gray. The problem is that there's not 20 names we can't rattle off, and so that 20 more stories or 40 more stories can't be told. So I think it's unfortunate because it's this limited control and limited power over the images of black people, but we put all of our hopes and dreams and visions on this one man, and he can't shoulder it. And so he should be criticized, but just here's an example, just being honest up here. And that I like gangster movies, okay? I like gangster movies. And so I go and see gangster movies, and I criticize some gangster, but I like gangster movies. Are they supposed to be good movies? Are they great for the community? No, but I like gangster movies, okay? I'm just like, I like gangster movies. And I don't like Tyler Perry-esque type movies, so I don't go and see those movies. And I'm only putting that out there is that if you do see those, and they should be criticized, but I also look at it from the entire context, the entire scheme of all media portrayals of black folks. And so the problem is that because there seems to be just Tyler Perry who makes movies. Oh, I think he just made another one. Oh, just made another one. So he's the one that seems to be producing so many, like does 2 or 3 movies a year. And then he's got TV. And so it just seems to be black folks and Tyler Perry. Unfortunately, we need to have black folks and everybody in this room.
I think, as a lot of people have alluded to, I think my opinion of Tyler Perry, I think we're not going to know the effect of these images for years to come. Just like we didn't know in 1970 when we was marching in front of the theater to stop them from showing Superfly and the Mac, the impact that those movies would have on our young men. Okay, in a couple of years after that, everybody wanted to be a dope dealer and everybody wanted to be a pimp. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to understand the effect that these images have on us. It's not like it's not doing anything to us. It is. It's affecting our subconscious on a deep level, and we don't look at who's responsible for these images, because all of these images are given to us by a white power structure. Even the rap music. These aren't black executives putting this stuff out on us. These are white people. And they're paying these black young men to degrade the women, to degrade the conscience of our young men by getting them to go out here and sell dope. You understand? These are white people. They aren't black people who their ultimate responsibility falls on. So as I said, Tyler Perry is just another one of these demagogues who've taken the white money, and we look at him because he's so rich, and we put all of this, like he said, this hope and this adoration to him because he's made it. Okay, is it anything there to be critical of? Because this man is damn near a billionaire? Yeah, he sold us out to become a billionaire. He sold our conscious soul out to become a billionaire. I don't understand it. I don't understand how it's no more than a rap video when you can go into a Tyler Perry movie, even Daddy's Little Girl. Even though it was redeeming, that's one movie. Tyler Perry does have a couple of redeeming movies. That Little Girl was a movie that it made me cry because the brother was finally redeemed in the end of the movie. But we don't get that from Tyler Perry. You're talking about one movie out of He got more than 10 movies and plays.
But he has more positive movies as well. Y'all not giving that.
What other positive movie does he
He
have?
has a few of them.
Okay, but you get in there. Okay, but what I'm saying, the majority of Tyler Perry's images are negative images. The buffoonery in his movie, you might as well say not TBS, Tyler Perry Studios. You might as well say a transvestite production studio, because this is the image. This is the image that he foist upon our subconscious. When you look at Tyler, when you think of Tyler Perry, you think of a man in a dress. Okay? Is this what we want to leave for posterity? That we were led to social consciousness by a man in a dress? It's Flip Wilson all over again. That's 43 years ago, and we're still there in 2011. And that's a shame.
I've heard a lot of different opinions about Tyler Perry and our society. However, when I think about all of the different things that I've heard, my daddy's voice still rings true in the back of my head. When he would tell me, boy, be home before the street lights. Put a handle on Mr. Jones's name. When I was on weekends, when other kids were going to Great America and Funtown and Old Chicago, I was slopping pigs and hogs because Daddy was from the country. He didn't take no back talk. It wasn't a whole lot of this, that, and the other. And JoJo and Pee Wee and all them was shooting dice and smoking weed. Reb Snipes' son was in the house reading the encyclopedia. And so, therefore, my point is that somewhere down the line we have to take a responsibility for ourselves and our offspring, and not saying that that particular force down there is stronger than what I can be or what I can do. Now, I know Big John and them is down there and they looking at Playboy magazines and Hustlers down there in the garage. But when I came home, I had to straighten up, and whatever it is that I had to leave that where it was, because Reverend Sniper put the fear of God in me. And he has been gone for about 20 years now, almost 20 years. But I'll be walking down the street and I'll hear a deep baritone voice. It's like, oh my God, Daddy's here. And so I don't care what anybody else is doing or what anybody else is saying or what the white man is doing. I have to be responsible for the 4 little girls that I have at home. I have to be responsible for myself as it relates to what I do, because if I don't, I'm gonna get locked up regardless of who I am and what I'm doing. Because if I'm out there wilding out, regardless of how many letters I have behind my name, they're gonna lock me up just like they lock anybody else up. Now, when we get down to the brass tacks of the percentile as far as how many African American men are being locked up, that's something that we can possibly negotiate. But again, Daddy would say, boy, you play with a puppy, he lick your face. So if you're over there where they smoking dope and getting high and doing that, so when the man come, everybody going. If you riding in the car that's stolen, everybody going. So when you get through with all of that, the bottom line is that we're all responsible for ourselves and every child that you seed into this existence. So that's your responsibility. I know you got men who dress up in dresses and all that. That's their business. But the bottom line is, as for me and mine, we're going to serve the Lord. As for me and mine, we're going to do what it is that we're supposed to do. As for me and mine, we're going to be responsible and conscious for this right here that I've been given. And then if there's some other folks who want to learn about what I'm doing as to how you kept yourself financially straight, how you kept yourself out of jail, how you kept yourself where you were able to get your undergraduate's degree and your graduate's degree, and you went on to do other things in life, I'll be more than willing to tell you. But you're going to listen to me, or Daddy would say you're going to have to take that relaxed ride. or you're gonna have to end up in institutions, whether it's hospitals or jails. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Now, if you don't have anything in your head as far as what you need to do, then you have to learn. You have to sit down and listen to somebody. If you don't listen to me, you're gonna listen to the police. You're gonna listen to the warden. Who do you want to hear it from? That's the bottom line.
Brother, was the question, what do we think about Tyler Perry?
Yeah, what's your overall critique of Tyler Perry?
Of Tyler Perry? Well, Tyler Perry makes movies. His movies can have emotional statements and impacts and make statements and stuff like that. He can make movies that are action-packed and drive our imaginations to make us go, oh man, did you hear about that movie he did? You know, I think he's a person like anybody else who could have problems, like anybody else. And like anybody else, he's a person who makes conscious decisions on whether he wants to put movies that make statements that can help or heal, or if he just want to make money. Like anybody else, he's capable of making either one of those movies. I don't praise him, nor do I bring him down. He's a representation of a person who has the power to make a choice, to make the type of movies he wants to make, or to make the type of movies he feels that will have an impact. Has he made movies that had buffoonery in it? I feel yes, he has. Has he made movies that made statements that would try to bring out issues that people in the African American community should think about? Yes, he has. Is he a person that maybe he's making movies so that he can keep his pockets filled? I think he's doing that too.